Welcome to the celebration of life of Bill McCoy. Thank you for attending today's event. Bill was passionate about the center, and more importantly, the seniors who attend our wonderful center. Most of you in this room have known Bill a lot longer than I have, but in the short time I have known Bill, I believe I've gotten a good sense of his character. We all know that Bill could be outspoken at times, but he had an enormous heart. Bill cared deeply for his friends, family, dogs, his music, and most importantly, the Norwood Senior Center. In a few minutes, you'll be hearing from a member of the Friends group, so I will not go into details of all the fundraising that he has done for us. But one of Bill's greatest accomplishments was raising funds for this very room. He loved to see the dance floor filled with, but God forbid anything happened to this dance floor. He did not like when people damaged the floor. Bill knew everyone, but in a sense kept his circle small. He adored his longtime companion, Ann Benson, and when Ann had a medical issue recently, Bill called me daily with the updates and told me that she was his world. His dear friend Jim Schmidt, Jim's over there eating, is his longtime partner in crime, and what a great friendship those two have had. Bill had a great sense of humor, often joking with the ladies at Town Hall and our front desk volunteers. Bill was always willing to hear our confessions or give us the rest of the day off. I personally miss Bill so much already. He always brightened my day with his quick visits and beautiful smile. He was the Senior Center's biggest supporter. For that, I am forever grateful. To Bill's family, his beloved Ann, and to all of you, his friends, thank you for coming today, and we are very sorry for your loss. Bill's presence will be ever felt in this beautiful building that he helped build. Next, I'm going to call COA Council on Aging Chair Alan Howard up to say a few words.
Thank you, Carrie. Really appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody. Just a couple words about Bill. I'm not going to steal any thunder from our associates on the Friends, but he was an earner, and what I mean by that is he raised money for the Council on Aging people, all his friends and associates up here. That's what Bill did, and he did it very well for, I think, 20 or more years. I mean, that is really wonderful. It really is. He left a legacy. He truly did by what he did for his friends and associates here. That I don't think anyone else could have done the good job that he did raising money. And people just felt they had to be generous, and that was a good thing. So, here we are. And I just want to say I hope he rests in peace because he earned it. He did a very good job for a long time for his friends here. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, folks. I'll now ask Jerry to come up, please, if he would, from the Friends. Thank you.
Good afternoon, folks. My name is Jerry Cole, and I have taken over as the president of the Friends of the Norwood Council on Aging. I may be one of the few people in the room that didn't know Bill. I never formally met him or worked with him. So for me to get up here and say something, I spent yesterday going through 20 years of minutes to see what was done during his tenure. So I'll start off with just saying that, we're here today to honor a remarkable individual whose leadership and philanthropic efforts have left an indelible mark on our organization and the community we serve. I did not know Bill, as I said, but I don't have to look far to see his legacy. Bill's tenure as president was nothing short of extraordinary. Bill's most significant accomplishment as president was his unparalleled dedication to fundraising. His tireless efforts have not only secured essential resources for our organization to provide support to the Norwood Senior Center, and I also recognize that he had a very great, wonderful board of directors working with him, and I don't want those folks to feel slighted. We appreciate everything you did for us in the past. It's been a great organization to walk into and how it's been set up. The capital campaign for this room, between this and some of the furnishings, raised between $250,000, $300,000. I've worked in nonprofits since 1985, and for a small, all-volunteer nonprofit, that's a very impressive number. He also spent a great deal of time talking with our local politicians and elected members of their government. I never saw any of those, but I heard he had a lot of friends down at Town Hall. There are other, big-ticket items that Bill oversaw, the purchase of a couple of buses, and a thing we called Ellen's Garage. Apparently, our bus driver asked for and received a nice bay to park the bus in out back here, so she doesn't have to clean the snow in the winter. I'm wondering if I could get one of those. The Friends also sponsored several pizza parties, cookouts, luncheons for nursing home residents. Tuesday evening summer suppers were introduced in 2018. And several needs of the center were met by the Friends. All told, just running through, about $500,000 has been raised during that 20-year period of his running the organization. And once again, as I said, for a small nonprofit, all volunteer run, that's a very impressive number. In closing, I would like to extend our condolences to Bill's family and friends. The Friends of the Norwood Council on Aging are grateful to his commitment to our cause. Bill's leadership and expertise has been instrumental in shaping our organization's future. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to have Bill's son, Mark, come on up and say a few words.
And on behalf of my brothers and I, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today, and we can tell that he was really loved. This was the most important thing in his life, aside from Ann, and giving blood. He lived for all that. I can see, just looking around here, how much love came back to him as well. It's kind of funny because almost 20 years ago, my dad took me down to Cross to plan his funeral, 20 years ago. I'm like, what are you doing? Who does this? And it turns out he had everything lined up. I lasted a month without crying. As I was going through his safe deposit box at the bank, I came across a copyright of a song that he wrote that he sent in to Washington, D.C., and I'm gonna make it my life's work to find it and find out what it's all about. He didn't leave the lyrics, just the title of the song. I won't give you a reason, and if somebody's out there recording that now, they owe us money. But it was tough to see Dad the last 2 months. He went through it, but he's leaving a legacy behind, so that means a lot. I'm just going to close by saying, ladies, I can't accept any phone numbers, but my two brothers are both single. You can leave them right on the table over there. Thank you.
All right, next we're going to have our former selectwoman and a very dear friend of Bill's come on up. Come on up, Helen. want to sit right there, I can give you the microphone.
That's okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, folks. Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. Nice to see all of you. Haven't been here for a while, but it's very nice to be here. Thank you for having us. So, it's funny about our life, huh? How fast everything seems to go now when you get older and stuff. And this is a perfect example of it. Like Bill's 3 sons over there. Amongst them, they have 4 children. And from those 4 children, 8 great-grandchildren, you know, right? That's what it's, and when I think of all of you as young people on Allendale Parkway, and good old South Norwood, but Bill, as his son said, he had the senior center and he had that love in his heart of giving blood to help others. Now, he holds a national record and he holds a national award for it. So when you think of the thousands of people that he chose to help, and he was always so proud about it, and he was proud that he could keep up at it after, you know, even as the years went by. But that's what he did about everything. I knew him from South Norwood. I knew him from, he graduated with Barbara Conley's husband in class of 54. And he was always loved the town of Norwood. But when he got involved with the senior center and the construction of everything, it became a full-time job for him. I remember him even taking John Carroll over the coals. And I remember the big discussions about the wording on the bus, on the first bus, and then the loyalty of the friendship with Ann and Jim, and is Dolly here too?
No, she couldn't make it.
And Dolly, and like, if you wanted to have friends at the senior center, those had to be your friends, you know, because they were all working at this so much. So once when I was making a political speech, I said that all of you were the lifesavers because you were setting the examples how we should grow and how we should take care of ourselves so that we would make it around to old age. So I'm back again, and I'm here to tell you that you're all right. Nice to see everybody. And one more thing, when I would have a political event, I would ask Bill to come and play. And he'd break my heart when he'd come in with that thing that he had that carried his equipment on it. And then he started in singing, and we had him playing and singing, and then he'd take a break, and then we'd have Dave Cuddy. And it was just, you know, it was just remarkable. So I was so lucky. I have a lot of Bill's discs. He gave me some. Do you? He gave me some discs. So if I get lonesome, I can always hear him singing. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you. Thanks, Terry. Okay.
You're always so kind.
It's going to take me half an hour to get back to the seat.
And we're fortunate today to have another former selectman and a very good friend of Bill McCoy, Jerry Kelleher.
Hello, nice to see you again. You know, I was here with Helen, my dear friend, on the Board of Selectmen when we had the ribbon cutting for the new addition. It was like, I think 2007. And I know Bill and Ann and the whole group of friends were so instrumental in the fundraising and all over the years. all the dances and all the events that you had. And my parents really benefited. They really enjoyed it. And Bill used to call my father Dad. And I think my dad was a little younger than him. But they got a kick out of each other, you know. Bill had his style was straight ahead, George Patton, go right through the lines and get to the, he was not shy about advocating for all of you, as you know. And, age is kind of a common enemy here. We're all fighting it. And it's the only way to live a long life is to get to age. So, you get a whole spectrum of emotions, from loss and, fear of the future, and your health maybe declines a bit, and you might lose a partner. And companionship really plays a role in getting you through all those times, and that's what this place is all about. That's what it's for. That's what Bill McCoy was about. Building someplace where you can celebrate milestones. How many times we've been to the 90th birthday parties, right? And the 100th birthday of like John Howard, and some people like that. Our good friend Tom Judge, who we just lost, we had fundraisers, golf tournaments, we had bingo games here, the book clubs, just having a cup of coffee with your friends. So the laughter, is like sort of a vaccine against the curse of aging, So you should please keep Bill's legacy going, He doesn't want this to end with him. We have to keep it going, have people my generation and younger get involved, be surrounded by people who care, and, nurture those relationships and seek out some new ones. And as we go along the journey, as Abraham Lincoln famously said, right, 150 years ago, it's not the years in your life, it's the life in your years. So continue to cherish those moments you spend together. Remember Bill fondly, and Ann, thank you for all you've done. And I appreciate you inviting me here. Keep up the good work.
Now, we're not saving the best for last, but maybe we are. So we're going to welcome up Ann Benson to say a few words.
Put this down a bit. Can you hear me okay? Okay, thank you, Carrie, Ann, for all you and all the wonderful things that have been said about Bill. I have a couple of funny things I'd like to share before I come on to the other things. But when I first met Bill 24 years ago, he told me, "I'm so shy." Can you imagine that? Well, that proved not to be true. But then he worried about meeting my 11 kids and remembering their names. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to remember their names. I said, well, it'll take time, but we'll only have a test once a month. Okay, it finally happened. Took a while, but he finally remembered them all, and they adored him. So 24 years of wonderful memories in all ways. We went many wonderful places together. We worked hard with raising money for the Friends, always together on that. And so many things to think of. But I did want to say, I found this poem under all kinds of papers in a drawer I was trying to clean out. And this was on the very bottom. And I found it just the day before Bill died. And so I said, I got to read this. So please bear with me. It said, volunteers, God bless them. Many will be shocked to find when the day of judgment nears that there's a special place in heaven set aside for volunteers, furnished with big recliners, satin couches, and footstools, where there's no committee chairman, no group leaders or carpools, No eager team that needs a coach. No bazaar and no bake sale. There will be nothing to staple, not one thing to fold or mail. Telephone lists will be outlawed, but a finger snap will bring cool drinks and gourmet dinners and treats fit for a king. You ask, who'll serve these privileged few and work for all their worth? Why, all those who reap the benefits and never once volunteered on earth. I will miss him terribly and never forget him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ann. So now we're just going to pass out some desserts and let you all share your memories of Bill amongst each other. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much for your family, for sharing Bill with us for so many years. It's truly been a blessing. I think we're all touched by Bill McCoy, whether we've known him for 50 years or just a few years. So anything you need, feel free to reach out. But now just enjoy each other's company. Thank you all for coming.